Welcome to my Sona guide. I figured I'd do Sona as my first champ because I absolutely love her. She's one of the few champs that, regardless of the meta, I'm willing to play Sona. So let's kick this off with our masteries and runes. We'll do masteries. You'll notice that there are some masteries that are highlighted, and that's basically because I feel like it's preference if you want to choose those. I choose mana over the damage because the damage on Sona is nice, especially the way that this guide instructs you to play Sona. But I find that she's very mana hungry, so I take the mana. Then there's the armor pin and magic pin, which is also great with the way that I like to play her. But I also like to take the healing because I'm super aggro. So I kind of need that health to keep me alive when I'm doing the really aggressive stuff that you'll see later on. And then Thunderlords versus Wind Seeker, Wind Blesser, whatever it's called. If you can manage to get off enough autos, then get it. But for me, the spacing in between my attacks, I feel like I don't proc it enough to warrant getting it. So I'd rather have the stronger heals and shields for my team. And in the resolve tree, what were the options? Okay, so it's cooldown on your summoner spells or whatever that other option is. I take the cooldown on my summoner spells because I'm usually running Ignite. And once again, we play risky, or I play risky. So I want the lower cooldown on Flash. But I definitely want to be igniting left and right as much as possible. Now, when it comes to runes, you will have 9 greater marks of hybrid penetration, 9 greater seals of health, and 9 greater glyphs of ability power. And then for your quints, you'll have 2 greater armor quints and 1 greater AP quint. And then you can see what it does for you for stats. So you'll have a decent amount of health, you'll have some armor, nice AP, and then you have your armor pin and magic pin, which is just excellent on Sona. Now, as far as matchups goes, I call these your P's and Q's matchups because it's kind of a skill matchup, but you know, sometimes even the worst blitzcrank can get a lucky hook. So, because you're playing so aggressive, you definitely want to mind your position. I have Leona first because you can't hide behind minions with Leona, so you have to outrange and try to bait out her lance. When it comes to the hook supports, that's what I like to call them, you can hide behind minions, but you definitely want to be far enough away that the ones that come to you, Thresh and Nautilus, or bring you to them, you know, you don't want to get caught up because the minion might die like at the right moment. But that all depends on skill level. Another thing you want to watch out for when it comes to Thresh, if your Thresh takes Relic Shield over the other support trinkets, then you want to watch that Thresh and see if he can last hit, because if that Thresh can, you might not want to be as aggressive because that Thresh knows what he's doing. You don't want to be super aggressive versus a Thresh that knows what he's doing. Now, the next set of matchups I call the PETA matchups, as in pain in the ass. The reason why these matchups are a pain in the ass because these supports, they usually go full freaking AP. And once they go full freaking AP, like, you won't have a problem with them, like, in lane. But once they do get that damage, they'll be able to CC you and burst you out. Skill matchups. Now, for these people, chances, like, you can win lane against them, but it's really hard because of their skills. Like, Nami and Soraka, once they get their heal, they're pretty much gonna out heal the poke that you do. That's why I love running Ignite for the summoner spells. I forgot to make a slide for that, but as much as I'll talk about it, you'll see. I like Ignite. And then when it comes to Janna, her shield is so freaking strong. So basically, if Janna shields somebody, you might as well save your mana, like, or attack something else. But don't attack her shielded target. You're just wasting mana if you do that. The rest of the supports, I'm too lazy to explain. But anyone I left out, they're either going to be minimal trouble for you, like from Fiddlesticks, well, kind of Fiddlesticks, because Fiddlestick can be a PETA, but they're either going to be minimal trouble or a PETA matchup. So, you just watch out. Now, your item builds, they depend on the situation, but with Sona, your start is always going to be the same. Frost Queen, 3 pots, and the Warding Trinket. So, if you're kicking ass, like your team's doing well, your ADC is doing well, that's the first build right there. The only difference is, because I wasn't paying attention, you would build Zeke's before your Lichbane if your ADC is doing well, and then you get the Frozen Heart last, or you can get another AP item depending on the composition of the other team. Your item builds, they're rarely going to be static because there's so many team comps that you can face against. But like, if your ADC sucks or your team has no AP, then you want to build Sona as a full AP support. And like, if somebody's getting blown up, that's why I have the depends section, because sometimes you're going to need Swifty boots over magic pin boots. So if you see that you're not getting to fights in time, or your team is falling behind, just go ahead and get Swifty boots so you can get there faster and help them out. Sorry, I'm a little sick. When it comes to Crucible, you want to get that if you notice that your teammates can't dodge CC, that keeps getting them killed. For Locket, if they have 2 or more bursty people, I take Locket. If it's just one burst person, I usually won't get Locket unless like the ADC is just somebody important is getting wrecked by them. Then I'll get Locket if they have one bursty person. What spells to take? So I take Exhaust. The only time I take Exhaust is if they have 2 or more people that can just like mess up my team. So like a Riven and a Diana together, I'm gonna take Exhaust. Otherwise, I take Ignite, because most of the time they're gonna have like some kind of healing on the team, especially with Mundo being in the meta right now. Soraka's good right now, so I'd rather. Oh, and Alistair, yeah, those mofos. So I take Ignite because there's a lot of people that have a way to heal, so you definitely want to neutralize that.